I watched the SONYA Massey video.
Glad to have you, amazing viewer. It's another time, another opportunity for change. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate that you are spending your precious time here. If you're new here, I share a collection of TikTok videos for educational purposes. And on today's video, I really don't have quite a lot to say, but if not watched the SONYA Massey video, I'll just tell you not to kindly, if you can. Yeah, just try. Yeah, if you're like me, if it's hard for you to undo stuff that you watched, so I will just request you not to try. So this video is basically a collection of reaction of people on the unalive of SONYA Massey. May her soul rest in peace. And yeah, I'll just let you listen to the few stitches that I put together. So after watching this, I can assure you that you won't even need to watch the video, because just the depiction of how this story is being narrated is enough for you. Like, yeah, I take a listen.
Before the internet was abuzz with conversations about Kamala Harris, the trending story before that was of SONYA Massey, a black woman who called police for help and ended up losing her life. Before that, the next biggest story was of Cassie, after video was released of her abuse, after people had tried to litigate whether it was abuse or not. Before her, it was Jessica Petway, a well-known influencer who, because doctors ignored her symptoms, it cost her her life. Before her, it was Viola Fletcher and Leslie Benningfield Randall, the two survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre, who instead of receiving reparations had their case thrown out. Before them, the story was Dr. Antoinette Candida Bailey, who because of intense bullying took her own life. And those aren't the only stories. There's been a lot of criticism about black women reacting, maybe with a bit more trepidation, maybe with a bit more hesitation, because we know what this nomination means. But we also understand how this place has treated people who look like us, and how at almost every single turn, this place has either violated, invalidated, or hated black women. So if a black woman is transparent enough and shares with you how she feels in these early moments, and it's not the excitement or the gung-ho attitude that you expected, instead of jumping to criticize her, realize what she knows full well and intimately, that a lot of times black women aren't believed, not by doctors, not about our abusers, not about the trauma and pain that we endure, sometimes even in death. So before you move to criticize her, try to understand her. Give her the grace and the space that you would want, should you feel this same sort of trepidation and hesitancy. Just a thought. Thank y'all for listening.
I watched the SONYA Massey video. I just finished right now. At some point, I guess I got up to start pacing. I don't recall how I got here. There's two videos. It's not just one. The murderer turns his video on after he shoots her, but the thing records 30 seconds before without sound. My immediate impressions are that first I will say his partner, anyone who said that his partner needs to be charged too, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That guy was fucked up by it. There's like a solid 6 or 7 minutes of him at the back of his truck cleaning his hands, and his hands are just shaking. His hands are just shaking, and he's whispering to himself, why? Okay. And he's cleaning his hands with Lysol wipes, and then his hands keep shaking, and he keeps like doing that. Like, he is in shock. But the psychopath, he's a psychopath, Grayson. The quickness with which he lies, the ease with which he lies, the callousness, the lack of empathy or he showed zero remorse. When he walks outside at one point, he says, fuck, real loud, but that is the closest you're going to get to hearing him say anything that resembles, I wish that didn't happen. Because he calls her a crazy bitch after he's killed her, all right? I'm fucking shaking right now. Within a minute or two, there's about 20 other cops that show up, okay? I'm just saying all this shit from memory right now, and I have to go back and like look at some stuff that I want to show you guys. But one of them says, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm good. This fucking bitch is crazy." He called her a dipshit. Someone asks about his partner, his well-being, and he says, "Oh, I made sure he was good." No, he fucking didn't. No, he didn't. He left his partner inside with his hand on this woman's eye because he shot her through the fucking eye. And you can hear the agonal breathing. It sounds like snoring when somebody gets shot and they're dying. It sounds like they're breathing, but it's called agonal breathing. And he says he's gonna, so this is the bit about how he discouraged the partner from getting his med kit. As soon as it happens, he says, I'm gonna get my med kit. He's like, "Nah, man, that's a kill shot. That's a kill shot. She's done." But then you can hear it loudly, the agonal breathing. And the partner goes to like put pressure to try to stop the bleeding. So he gets down on the ground and the psychopath Grayson says, "I'll go get my med kit." He goes out. He's gone for fucking ever. You hear this poor guy who's trying to stop the bleeding. You hear him at one point while she's just fucking slowly dying in his hands. You hear him say, "Where is he?" And you see when it switches to Grayson's body cam, he's just out there like, whatever, like dilly-dallying, taking his time. And he takes the time to call to say, "Is this lady, what's the code? 1096. I literally haven't put my phone down from watching the video yet, so I haven't looked it up, but I think it's something about her mental health. Look, when she comes to the door, there was something off about her, okay? She kept repeating something. I gotta go back and watch it, but it was just kind of like, "Oh yeah, I just wanted to see if you guys could help me with something." And they're like, "With what?" And she like wouldn't say, like she just kept repeating something, and she's looking at her phone. And they're like, "Well," not they, fucking Grayson, "what took you so long?" And I'm sorry, he was like barking at her from the beginning. "You're gonna open the door or not?" Like just very fucking rude, very like aggressive for no fucking reason. They found her car. It's on the first guy's body cam, the partner's body cam. Her windows were smashed in. Something happened, okay? And she had what I thought was a hospital wristband on her wrist. And later on when the EMT showed up, I believe she had some kind of medical event earlier in the day because the female EMT said she believes her name was Sandra, not Sonya, but that's just from memory. She said, because we were here earlier, and the cop just walks away. Where was I? So she's got this wristband on, and she's sitting on her the couch, and she's saying, sorry, back to why did it take so long for her to open the door? She said she wanted to get pretty. She was wearing this floor-length silk-looking robe, okay? And her house was a mess, so I think she was just trying to be presentable. So anyway, so she's sitting on her couch, and Grayson's like barking at her for an ID. And she's like, "Okay, I just want to give you guys show you my paperwork." "Paperwork for what?" She's like, "I just want to show you my paperwork." And she's just fishing through shit. And he goes, "If you could just get us an ID, that'll be a lot easier, don't you think?" And so she's trying to do that. And then one of them notices the water, and he goes, "Oh yeah, why don't you go take that off of there? We don't need like a fire." So she stops what she's doing. She runs into the kitchen. She moves the pot from here to here where now she's facing them. The island, the little peninsula is between them. She said something, but it seemed like she was joking because she goes, "Oh no, I'm just joking." And he, at the same time that she's saying, "Oh, I'm just joking," he barks, "You better fucking not," pulls his gun out. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she ducks down, and then he goes around, gets closer, and shoots her. And instantly, he tells the partner, I wasn't going to take boiling hot water to the face. I was going to take boiling hot water to the face. There was such a fucking distance that was never going to fucking happen. Okay, not possible. And then he looks down on the ground where the fucking pot has fallen. The water has spilled out of it. And he looks down and he goes, see, it's already reached us. She was fucking crazy. She was going to throw water at us. Justified? And he goes, what were we supposed to do? What could we do? And this is when his partner wants to render aid and he says, it's the kill shot. It's not going to do anything. He's very fucking light about it, all right? Now, he's, at some point, another cop comes in. You hear another voice, and he goes, where's the gun? Because they're under the impression that it was self-inflicted. And he goes, oh no, there's no gun. She was going to throw water. This is within 2 minutes. She's now been on the floor for like 2 minutes. And he's already, like, without skipping a beat, says, she said that she was going to rebuke me in the name of Christ and she was going to throw boiling hot water at me. What was I supposed to do? She was going to rebuke me in the name of Christ and she was going to throw boiling hot water at me. And then he looks at the ground and he goes, you see, the water even got all the way to here, implying she did toss water at them. She did not. He at no point asked his buddy if he was okay. There was no, oh, I made sure he was fine. He didn't make sure anybody was fine. He didn't make sure anybody was fine. And before, when they were knocking on the door, before she ever opened the door, he made a joke. Maybe she's already dead inside. And the other guy said, hopefully not. Maybe she's already dead inside. Hopefully not. It's like a 35-minute fucking screenshot or screen capture of the video, recording of the video I did. I have to go back and look at it. I want to see exactly what it was that she said in like the joking way, but I just wanted to let you guys know what was on there. And I'll make another one, like maybe showing her like affect. I don't know if I want to do that because I don't want to make her look bad. Like she was a little bit, whatever. Grayson was a psychopath. He absolutely deserved to be arrested. The partner was not. The partner was fucked up by it. He didn't do anything wrong.
I just watched the cop cam footage of SONYA Massey being unalived. If you don't want to watch it, I'll summarize what happened. The cops were there. I seen one woman sitting on the couch, and then SONYA walked towards the kitchen area because she had a pot of water boiling, and it seemed like she was just going to take it off of the stove so it did not burn. It did not seem tense. There was no yelling. It was nothing. Like, you would not have thought that in that moment it was going to lead to her being unalived. For a moment there, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, it was kind of a little chuckle, like a little joke was made. And one of the officers started stepping back, and that's kind of when it seemed like the joke was made about not wanting to have hot water on them, but like they were feet apart. Like it didn't even seem like that was going to happen. A couple of times she says, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then the cop says, you better not, drop the pot right now or I'll pew you in your effing head. Immediately pulls out his firearm. She was not coming at them. She did not lunge at them. She gave no sign that she was going to throw that pot of hot water on them. And that man just started pew-pewing her. And he said something alluding to, what else was I supposed to do? I didn't want hot water dumped on me. There was a part where one of the cops went to her to put something toward her head because it was a headshot. He put something toward her head. Her body was facing away from them. Mind you, when they pulled out their pew-pew, she ducked. But if he seen enough to pew-pew her in her head, then he would have seen that she was turned away from him. In literally less than 2 minutes, that lady's life was just taken away from her for absolutely no reason.
There's been a lot of criticism about Black women reacting, maybe with a bit more trepidation, maybe with a bit more hesitation, because we know what this nomination means. But we also understand how this place has treated people who look like us, and how at almost every single turn, this place has either violated, invalidated, or hated Black women. So if a Black woman is transparent enough and shares with you how she feels in these early moments, and it's not the excitement or the gung-ho attitude that you expected, instead of jumping to criticize her, realize what she knows full well and intimately, that a lot of times Black women aren't believed, not by doctors, not about our abusers, not about the trauma and pain that we endure, sometimes even in death. So before you move to criticize her, try to understand her. Give her the grace and the space that you would want should you feel this same sort of trepidation and hesitancy. Just a thought. Thank y'all for listening.
I'm glad you watched this extent. That was it about this video. I wouldn't have said it better than this. Respect people. Respect, like, what the need for this? Just imagine the kind of pain that somebody has to go through, the kind of criticism that will just lead somebody to take away their lives. Just imagine that. It's so unfortunate, but I really don't know the right word to say right now, because yeah, I feel like I'm having an effect of having looked at the video. Yeah, but goodbye for now. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, and remember to be respectful in the comment section. I know this might leave you in a place where your emotions are all over the place, but just try. Goodbye for now. You can check out for more videos.